Mexicans deporting Americans is the funniest thing I've ever learned this year. They're gonna deport you back to United States. And you know the most ironic thing is that these racist American people go live in different countries like in Mexico to live this luxury, beautiful, cheap life. And now they're getting deported. Yeah, the ones that say, go back to your country, go back to Mexico, go back to Guatemala, go back to Venezuela, go back to Cuba. Yeah, those are the ones. Living the luxury, beautiful life. Well, guess what? You're getting deported back to the United States.
They've been deporting them back to the States. And, you know, it's ironic because Americans are like, oh, pack up your bags, you gotta go home, or resources, and go live the cheap life, right? In nice areas. Well, pack up your bags and let's wrap it up.
It's 100% fair that Mexico kicks out all of the Americans that live in Mexico now.
What's up, guys? Mexico used to be their escape plan, but now local are saying gringos go home, white America finally getting deported from paradise. So let's dive in. Credit belongs to the owner of the video.
Take a look at this video.
Mexicans want Americans to self-deport themselves out of Mexico. Yes, you heard me right.
Kind of a lot of yapping.
Sounds kind of familiar, right? We had a mass invasion here. Now we're trying to send people out of our country. Mexico's doing the same thing.
She goes on to tell you how, they may be getting violent, blah, blah, blah. Look at this.
Let me know your thoughts on this one.
Tell you what I think, what I know, right? So America, we've always exploited other countries. For manufacturing, first it was like China, whatever, and then it's Mexico, just looking for another leg up or whatever, right? Here's the difference. So Mexicans are coming here for a better life. America, we're one of the wealthiest countries in the world. People in our country go to their country, we're basically exploiting them. It's mostly people are going there for a cheaper cost of living. A lot of people down there, unfortunately, don't even respect the culture, that type of, they don't respect the people. It's kind of like what you see in Chicago. You go to certain little pocket neighborhoods like Pilsen, or look at how Logan Square has gentrified, right? A lot of the people that used to live there can't anymore, or like Seattle when the tech boom happened. Unlike what we do to them to gentrify and make things more expensive and more difficult for the people that live there, Mexicans come to America. They actually make the American economy way stronger. They make it so we are like basically a superpower, that we stay a superpower. Without Mexicans doing all the jobs that we don't want to do, we would not be where we are right now. So again, Americans go to Mexico to make the country worse. Cost of living goes up. Mexicans come to America to keep our cost of living from going up. Do you understand?
Mexicans deporting Americans is the funniest thing I've ever learned this year. So apparently Mexican authorities are deporting Americans who have colonized along the area of the beaches. Of course, in the nicer area of Mexico. So if you don't have the proper documentation, they're going to deport you back to United States. And you know the most ironic thing is that these racist American people go live in different countries like in Mexico to live this luxury, beautiful, cheap life. And now they're getting deported. Yeah, the ones that say, go back to your country, go back to Mexico, go back to Guatemala, go back to Venezuela, go back to Cuba. Yeah, those are the ones. Living the luxury, beautiful life. Well, guess what? You're getting deported back to the United States. These people have exhausted the Mexican resources to live that beautiful lifestyle that they have over there in Mexico, that they cannot afford here in America. The table just turned. Pack it up, wrap it up, and go.
If Mexican migrants are potentially going to be sent to Alligator Alcatraz, then I think it's 100% fair that Mexico kicks out all of the Americans that live in Mexico now. Because it should not be fair that Mexicans come to America for a better life and Americans come to Mexico for a better life, but one gets treated like a fucking prisoner for not coming there legally, but the other one just gets to live out their life and their dollar stretches so far because they get remote jobs from America and they just live in Mexico.
So guys, let's be real. For years, Americans have been moved to Mexico to escape high rent, cold winter, and expensive healthcare. But now, some Mexican neighbors are turning against them. Local are angry, rent is rising, and people are saying enough is enough. But wait, are America really getting kicked out of Mexico? Something deep is going on, and of course they are kicking out Mexicans, so they should receive the same treatment. So guys, this is amazing. Credit belongs to the owner of the video. What's happening to this white America, this gringo? It's like happening to Mexican in USA. They're telling them, go home, we don't want you here, like they should deport you. So now they're going to do the same because they're also human beings. They have feelings. Of course, they have also law to protect. So guys, with all this, it's amazing. Let me know what you think about what's going on. About guys, let's watch. I'll be back with commentary.
Please tell me that you guys have heard about the protests that are happening in Mexico, where the Mexican people are protesting against the American migrants. Ironic, right? Yeah, these American people that are moving into their country and bringing their gentrification ways along with them, right? They're increasing the price on rent, increasing the pricing of goods, essentially kicking the locals out. What I'm trying to understand is, how is it that we have a president that just signed a bill into law where it includes a budget of $46 billion to complete a border wall when the Mexicans are literally stating, we don't want y'all here. We don't want you here. Who is this wall really for? What is this wall really for? Where is this $46 billion really going? If the Mexicans, the actual Mexican citizens, are not only stating you don't have to worry about us jumping the fence, but we actually are dealing with our own fight of getting you the fuck out of here. And actually, come to think of it, if we are cutting Medicaid, right? We're making cuts to Medicaid. Why the fuck is there still taxes being taken out of my check to go to Medicaid? You guys are cutting it. You don't need that money. So why are you still taxing me? Huh? If you guys are cutting Social Security, why the fuck are you still taxing me Social Security? You don't need the money because you're cutting it. You're cutting it. So where's my money going? Is this really just a big transfer of wealth, like everybody has been stating?
Protests happening in Mexico City. Locals are telling foreigners to pay taxes, learn Spanish, and respect the culture. And now people are saying, but if Americans said that to immigrants, everyone would be upset. But let's talk about why that comparison doesn't hold up. It is not the same thing at all. When immigrants like me come to the United States, we don't come to the United States just to buy off property and live off passive income. We come to work. We do the jobs nobody wants. We pay taxes whether we have papers or not. We build things. We respect the country. We contribute. Now compare that to what's happening in Mexico. The tourists or digital nomads, people that work remotely to escape high rents in the States, they are not there to integrate into the community. They live in Mexico, but they still work for U.S. companies getting paid U.S. dollars. They're not paying Mexican taxes. They're not part of the Mexican labor force. Overall, they're just not helping the Mexican economy. If anything, they are draining it. And the worst part is, they tell us when we come over here to the United States to learn the language. They go over there, they don't learn the language. They treat the place like a fucking trend. And what ends up happening? They buy up all this property, increasing the value of property for people that have been there, living there, making it unaffordable for the locals in the country. And that's why people are protesting. They don't fucking hate foreigners. They hate the fact of what foreigners are doing, gentrifying the whole place. Everything, the rent's gone up, $2,000 and up. Everything being listed on Airbnb now. So don't say it's the same, because when we come over here, we're not fucking welcomed while contributing so much to the country, and we still get blamed for everything. While tourists that go to all these other countries like Mexico and my country of El Salvador, they get all the perks, while the locals pay the price.
Mexicans want Americans to self-deport themselves out of Mexico. Yes, you heard me right. The Mexicans are saying, hey, Americans, it's time to go home. Deport yourself out of our country. Protesters took to the streets in Mexico City saying no more gringo stops.
So guys, as you heard, what's happening to Gringo in Mexico, it's wide. And now it's not just about who is living here. It's not about where they're living. Some expats don't even try to speak Spanish. They treat Mexico like cheap vacation. But when you are living somewhere full time, it's not vacation. It's someone else's home. That's what making people mad about it, because they don't want to learn about their culture, language, and they don't respect rules and regulation. Of course, no country is going to have that. It's like disrespecting them. You understand, guys? It's understandable. In the way they've been treating Mexican in America, of course they will feel bad because some people have family member who are feeling like that. So I understand what's going on. I understand why they're doing that, because the treatment you are giving people, expect to get it back. That's what I think. So guys, I don't know what you think. Let me know in a comment, because for me, I call this FAFO. That's how many people are calling it, because the treatment they are getting is what they are giving, because they are like, oh, get them back, we don't want them to our country, deport them, oh, blah blah blah, they're stealing our job. But yet you want to go and live beautiful life in Mexico because you know it's cheap, it's easy for you, can live luxury life. So guys, let's watch.
All right, you guys, the hypocrisy is real, okay? This is what I'm talking about. So here in America, we've been having immigration ICE riots for about a month and a half. If you take a look over the border to our brothers and sisters in Mexico, they are also having an immigration problem, and they are kicking out the gringos because the gringos are raising the cost of living for everyone. And I find that ironic. So here in America, immigrants come and undercut the Americans, so we don't get the jobs. But in Mexico, the Americans go over there and they make too much money, and they make life difficult for the Mexican population because they can't afford the apartments. They can't afford the nice dining areas. So I'm saying all of that to say this. I need people from the Mexican community to help me understand the hypocrisy. How is it fair to kick out the gringos from Mexico, but when we do it over here, you guys are not happy with that, for lack of better words? So can someone please help me understand the hypocrisy with all of this? Not only that, if you guys are even semi up to date with immigration policies in Mexico and throughout Central America, they're worse than we are. They've been kicking people out left and right, and they've been doing it for longer than we are. So why is it that America is so ridiculed for wanting our country back? The last 4 years under the Biden administration has been insane. There's an estimated 20 million immigrants here, undocumented. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they were running from. Murder, rape, anything. We don't know what these people are running from. So I'm going to end that by saying this. Borders are not to block people. A border is to block the ideology.
Apparently, I don't normally post breaking news, but I'm a U.S. immigrant living in Mexico, specifically Baja California Sur, and I want to share something that I just learned. Apparently, there are immigration checkpoints set up in the region right now, and they're actually stopping people and asking to see their documentation, whether it's their passports with the FMM stamp or their residency cards, and I guess they're actually detaining people that have overstayed their visas. Now, I don't know what's happening with people beyond that, but this is directly from people in my community that have gone through these checkpoints. But I don't know if this is happening elsewhere throughout Mexico. Honestly, this is a reminder that what's happening in the United States affects what's happening in Mexico as well. This is why I pay attention to what's going on in the United States, why it matters for me personally. I am a resident, so I am not concerned about this.
So guys, as you say, what's happening in the United States, it's affecting what's happening in America. It's understandable. So all right, let's get real talk about this, because this story is about American moving to Mexico and the local pushback. It's not just about Mexico or it's big, it's about respect, courage, and money and change. We have seen before in cities all over the world, when people with more money move into the neighborhood, price go up and the vibe change, and of course local get pushed out, and that's called like people don't like it. But in Mexico it's feel different. Why? Because it's not just rich people moving across town, it's rich people moving from all other country, not just any country. We are talking about United States, and a lot of America come to Mexico looking for freedom. And without forgetting, like now they are kicking out Mexican in America in horrible way, like those one they call illegal immigrant. A lot of America come come to Mexico looking freedom from rent, freedom from stress, freedom from the system. But there is a thing, your freedom shouldn't come at the cost of someone else's peace. If you move to Mexico and you don't speak Spanish, you don't respect the culture, you don't treat local like your employee, you don't walk around like it's your city, you are just tourist, you are a problem. Now, not every America is like that, of course. A lot of people do try to learn language. They support small business. They become part of community, and that's great. But for every respectful expat, there are 10 more who don't even try to bring USA expectation into their country. They want to disrespect the rules, some of those. But now every respectful expat, they are like they should stay there because they are doing right things. Let's free for the second. Imagine 100 of people from another country suddenly moving into your neighborhood. They didn't speak English. Yeah, guys, that's what I think. Let's read comment from the people, hear what the people are saying, because it's very, very important. The first comment say like all gringo who live in Mexico and they know they are MAGA, they know they hate a Mexican who live in the US, they should not come here, especially wearing MAGA hat. Of course, it's understandable. The second comment say like, because if America keep treating Mexico and it's just cheaper version of California or Texas, don't be surprised if locals start pushing you back. I understand that. So guys, for me personally, I feel like whatever going on, it's like something similar. They are giving them like it's something they're giving them back because the way they've been treated their family in the US, and you understand. Because I don't even understand people who wear MAGA hat and go to Mexico. So let's read another comment. The message clear. You are welcome here if you respect our rules and regulation, and of course try to learn some English and live in peace with locals. Stop disrespecting us in our own country, which I understand. There's no way you're moving to my own country and you want to disrespect me. You should respect me because you're in my country. You should respect rules. Other comments say like, Mexico isn't perfect, but it's a country with culture, love, and delicious food. You should come here and respect us, and we live in peace. If it's not that, go away. Of course, which I understand also. Everyone wants respect, especially in their own country. No one wants anyone to disrespect them. So guys, if it's you, someone come to your country like that and disrespect you, feel so bad. So the first comment is like this. Okay, don't come here if you don't love Mexico culture and language. We love what we have and we love our culture, so come here if you respect us, so you understand what's going on. And guys, I want to excuse myself because my voice, like the voice I coded with the video, has an issue. That's why I actually had to do voiceover. I know it's not like going together as I want, but excuse me about that. I try to make voiceover and everything so you don't miss out on today's episode. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate everything, your support and everything you're doing. And yeah, that's what I think. What do you think about this gringo or this white America go to Mexico and treat them bad, don't want to learn English, don't want to respect the rules and the regulation? What do you think? Do you think what's happening for them is what they serve? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel as always. And of course, share with your friends so people can see this episode. We can know what they hear. So guys, thank you. I will see you next one as always. Bye.